So for my data, I was looking at the Bowles fluidics data and basically trying to see what the customer complaints were and if there was anything we could deduce from the different complaints and the descriptions of them and the severity and when the complaints were. So I first was in Excel and took the severity rating and the systemic root cause, and then divided it into different sheets by the main root causes. So there's about 5 or 6, but I picked the top ones with molding. You can see here the severity, engineering, and also assembly. So there I was trying to see if there was independence between the severity of the problem and the root cause of it. So to do that, I made those into CSV files, and then you can see here I put them into R and did a count to figure out how many high and how many low for each of the different categories there were. So I actually downloaded a different program so that I could just put table and put in the name of the table and get the count for each of them. You can see over here in the original data there was a lowercase l for low for one of them, so that kind of messed up the numbers in R, but I could just take that into consideration when I was putting in the vectors. So there's probably a way to do this through a function in R, but I just typed in the number of high and low in a vector for each of the different kinds, and then using this I was able to create a table of it. I didn't put in the C here originally, so that's why they were giving me this error, but eventually I have a count of how many highs and lows for each of the different kinds. Then doing the chi-square test, I was able to see that there was a p-value of 0.8064, which is really high. It's a lot higher than a 0.05 or 0.01 significance, meaning that we accept the null and that there is the variables are independent. So knowing if the problem is high or low severity does not help predict what the root cause is. So basically that's saying, implying that if you know that it's assembly or engineering or molding error, then you can't automatically tell whether the problem is high or low. So one way we could think of looking into that further is seeing that that there really isn't a correlation, like there isn't one aspect of the production that needs to be focused on because it's a lot more severe than the others, and that really all three have chances of being high severity levels and a large customer complaint. So that was interesting, and I'm excited to look into it further and see what other data I can look at and apply to this problem. So thank you.